IVAN MatYUSHENKO is one of the most celebrated athletes at the moment in the sport of arm wrestling. You all asked for this, so in this video I will show some of the best exercises I have seen Ivan doing. I will tell you what they are good for, and at the end of the video I will also reveal the true secret behind Ivan's incredible hook ability. Let's get straight into it, and the first exercise on the list is rolling handle pulls at the pulley. This exercise trains mainly your fingers together with your ability to drag. You have to understand, in arm wrestling, your fingers never really work alone. They work together with either your back pressure or with your side pressure. This is exactly what this exercise teaches you. To apply your finger strength together with your ability to drag your elbow backwards. This will also improve your side pressure because, generally speaking, the stronger your dragging motion is, the stronger your side pressure will be on the table. I would recommend you to do this exercise with any kind of rolling handle and not with handles like the wrist wrench or the opti wrench, because for this one you will usually want to work with bigger weights, and for that a rolling handle is exactly the perfect tool. Let's move on to the second exercise, and that is down pressure. For every one of you who has watched at least one of my side pressure videos, you know that I personally divide side pressure training into three different elements: side pressure peg to peg, internal rotation, and down pressure. Down pressure is something I've seen Ivan doing in multiple videos, and considering the fact that most of the time he doesn't have really big issues with finishing the matches, this is for sure one of his main side pressure exercises. Here again you need a rolling handle, because you want to make the side pressure the limiting factor and not the hand. Make sure you pull the weight completely to the side until you touch the table with the handle. Don't stop halfway through, because that's exactly the most important part of the movement. If you have troubles with finishing the matches, this is one of the best exercises you can do to strengthen that ability. Similar variations would be to do this one with the wrist wrench or with the opti wrench, but I don't find those as effective as the rolling handle. Exercise number 3, and now we are getting deeper down the rabbit hole, is supinated pull-ups. Pull-ups in general is by far the most important arm wrestling exercise, regardless of your style. But because Ivan is a hooker, he likes to take a supinated grip. This exercise simulates exactly the position you will end up in on the table when you pull against another hooker. I have also seen him not even grabbing the bar in his hands, but with his forearms. This is of course extremely effective because, again, oftentimes when you pull against another hooker, you will end up in a very deep position, bone on bone, and because of that the head is not that important anymore. You can do the pull-ups like Ivan does them. You can do them by grabbing the bar normal in your hands, or if you want to target your wrist and fingers even more, you can add some fat grips to the bar. If you are a top roller, I would recommend you to take a neutral grip when you do your pull-ups, because you want to simulate what you do on the table as accurately as possible. Let's continue with wrist curls from the side. If you want to train your wrist isolated, which means without involving the fingers, you will have to do exercises where the pressure goes directly on the wrist. Wrist curls from the side provides exactly this, and it is one of the best wrist exercises you can choose from. Ivan has a special machine where he trains this movement, but let me show you how you can do this exercise in any commercial gym. Place a bench in front of your pulley and adjust the pulley as high as you need it, so when you start doing the exercise, your body is in a natural position, exactly like shown in the video. When it comes to the handles, I've seen Ivan doing this one with a rolling handle, but here, because the pressure goes directly on your wrist, it is not that important what handle you use. Another similar variation of this exercise is wrist curls on the flat bench, where the exact same principles apply. The pressure goes directly on your wrist. Experiment with both exercises and see which one feels better to you. By the way, all the equipment you see in my videos is from Golden Grip, and with my code Alex, you will get 10% off on any purchase you make at goldengrip.com. The link is down below. I also run a giveaway right now, so stick around until the end of the video to find out more. Next exercise is ulnar deviation at the pulley. This exercise prepares you mainly to fight against top rollers if you are a hook puller. You have to understand, when a hooker attacks the pronator of a top roller, sometimes it is not enough just to cup the wrist in. You also have to apply some ulnar deviation to be even more effective and to take the pronator away. Every one of you that has pulled at least once against a very technical hooker, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And this is exactly what this exercise trains. your ability to drop your riser, as some of you might say. I have seen Ivan doing this with a self-made handle attached to a belt, but you don't even need it. Just take the regular judo belt, adjust the pulley to a high position and perform the exercise as shown in the video. You can also do this one with resistance bands, and it is also a great exercise for every single technique. For example, you could use it to pump blood in your forearm or for injury treatment. You will not work with big weights, and that's completely normal. So don't wonder why you can't add a decent weight. Exercise number 6 is supination combined with internal rotation. First, let me clarify one important thing, and that is supination in arm wrestling is a lie. Let me explain to you what I mean by that. You should never ever actively give up the pronation, which is what many people understand when they hear the word supination. Never do that. You always want to have your pronation engaged. Doesn't matter if you're a hooker, top roller, presser, floor presser, it just doesn't matter. Your pronation should be always there. In arm wrestling, when we talk about supination, we actually refer to the ability to bring the shoulder behind the hand. We do that through the supination, or let's say through the bottom part of the wrist, because it is by far the most effective way to do it. So keep that in mind because it is very important. Or if you want to be weak, go ahead and actively give up your pronator. A great exercise to train this is supination combined with internal rotation. Make the weight come from the front and bring your shoulder behind your hand. It takes some practice until you master it, but that's completely normal. And the last one is the secret behind Ivan's incredible ability to get into the hook, and that is internal rotation. Remember the 3 side pressure elements mentioned in the beginning of the video? Internal rotation does 2 main things. First, you win the center of the table, and secondly, as a byproduct of that, your ability to get into the hook is much more effective. Of course, it is very important to mention that you also need very strong wrist and fingers. Otherwise, the internal rotation will not be that effective. The big problem with internal rotation is that if you are not a natural hooker, the exercises will feel very weird when you start doing them for the first time. The way Ivan trains this is by adjusting the pulley to a high position and doing the internal rotation movement. I have also seen others doing this by attaching the pulley to a low position and performing the exercise from there. Try them both out and see which one feels more natural to you. When it comes to the handle, I would recommend you to take a rolling handle, because again, you don't want to make the hand the limiting factor. You want to train your internal rotation. I don't have exact data on this, but I'm sure Ivan can move crazy weights in this exercise. These were some of the exercises I've seen Ivan doing that you can add to your own training. If you have any questions, write it down in the comment section below. As I already mentioned, I will give away 2 different arm wrestling handles, the wrist range and the opti range. All you have to do is to go down to the video description and enter it with the link presented. On the 30th of July, I will close the giveaway, so don't think twice and enter it right now. With that being said, keep your eyes on this channel. Great stuff is coming.